How to use Google Nano Banana Draw to edit. Hello everyone and welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys step by step on how you can use Nano Banana to edit any type of photos with the help of Draw to Edit. So gone are the days where you have to create a prompt for everything. Instead, we have now viewed the abilities of Nano Banana to do Draw to Edit, which basically means that you can highlight certain areas of a photo and explicitly tell it to edit only that particular area. This is a very new feature that has been introduced in AI image editing, and I do think it's going to outperform a lot of prompt editing because prompts can sometimes be a little confusing and unnecessarily long and complicated. So to be able to access the image or the draw to edit image option, we're going to be using this on Enhancer AI. So simply head on over into enhancer.ai and then you're going to go into pricing. Now, Enhancer.ai is available on their basic plans, creator, professional, and enterprise. You can just click on sign in on the top right and sign in via Google or your email address. This is just going to come down to your personal preferences on how you want to get started. So I'm just going to be proceeding on with my Enhancer account over here. And once I do that, you guys can see we have upscaler, skin editor, character consistency. Then you have your tools. So if you click on the tools on the top right, you have AI tools and then AI image. So you're going to go into draw to edit over here. Once you do that, you're going to upload your relevant image. So I'm going to click on over here and upload the image that I want to edit. I'm going to go with a really basic image so that we can actually view the edits that are going to be performed. So I want to go with this image over here. Now, once you have placed your image or uploaded your image, you guys can see on the left, you have your draw option. So within this, you guys can see this is just general drawing. This is not your draw to edit over here. But when you take a look on the left, you can mask and paint over areas and then you're going to edit. So for example, I want to add more volume on her hair on the top. So this brush is a little big, so I'm going to cancel this for now. I'm just going to undo this and then I'm going to change the size of my brush to this, yeah? And then I'm just going to add some volume here. Once I have drawn on the volume, add more hair here, and then I'm just going to proceed. Now, once I do that, I'm going to click on enter, click on view plans, and you have all of your plans. They have their basic plan as well as their creator, professional, and enterprise plan. When it comes to AI credits, you get 10,000 credits on their basic with selective area editing, AI smoothness, as well as many other features. You also have Nano Banana access and Cora Human and Cinema access. You have their draw to edit feature access on their basic plan as well. So I'm just going to click on get started over here to proceed with my subscription. You can obviously upscale your subscription as well. So now that I have proceeded with my subscription, I'm just going to go into our dashboard, go back into our tools, and then go into draw to edit. And then I'm just going to proceed with the same image again, because that's the image that I want to edit. Then on the left, we are going to go into mask. And then again, I'm going to change the size of the brush a little like this. And I just want to add some volume. And then I'm just going to click on edit mask over here. And just like so, it will only apply the edit to that particular region. So this is a really easy and interesting way for you to be able to edit images with the help of these draw to edit options. Now, this is not limited to just adding things. You can remove things as well. Now, I can reset this because this is not very accurate and I can proceed with a new edit. But instead, I'm going to explore some of the other ways that we can utilize this feature. So we're going to go into our draw to edit, and then instead of this image, let's go with something that's a little bit more busy, because busy images again are going to give us some interesting results. So what I want to do is that I want to take this image, for example. I'm just going to go into our mask here, go into this bangle over here, change the brace or remove the bracelet, and then I'm just going bracelet, and then I'm going to click on edit over here. Once I do that, it's going to proceed with my edit, and I'm just going to refresh this. I'm going to sign on again with our editor and go into our draw to edit. And this includes adding or removing things, changing colors. All of those sorts of edits are also going to fall under this. So again, I'm just going to add the mask, change the brush size, select the bracelets, and I'm going to remove the bracelet. And then once it does that, it's going to proceed and generate a brand new image. Now, once you are drawing to edit, you can obviously draw to edit in multiple different steps. In one step, you might highlight one item, and the next, you might highlight another. So if I only want to change the color, you guys can see it has removed the bracelets now. I can further proceed and click on edit over here, and then further edit this with more changes that I might be wanting to create. And you obviously do have the ability to edit this with a prompt as well. If you want something specific, let's say I only want to change the pant leg color of one image. So I can do that as well. Now I'm going to be doing this with some other images to show you guys a couple of other examples as well. So let's say I want to go over here into this image, and I'm just going to go into not into our draw option, but into our mask. And then I'm going to change the color from here, which is like the band of this dress. And then I'm going to ask it to change the color to a muddy green, and then I'm just going to click on edit, and now instead of changing the entire outfit, it's only going to change this band over here, which can just be another way for us to experiment with different clothing styles or change our characters, the way that our characters are dressed up as. And these edits can be really difficult to execute when it comes to doing those within your prompts. So you guys can see it has changed it to a muddy green, but I highlighted too much. So if I want, I can use the previous image, and then I'm going to take a smaller brush size this time, because I do think that my brush size is a little too large for the type of color change I want. And then I can only highlight the band instead of selecting more of the area, and change the color to pink. And now I'm going to proceed with my edit, and we're just going to wait a couple of seconds. So you can do things like color changing, style changing. You can add or remove items from your images, all with the help of this simple Nano Banana Draw to Edit option. Just like so, it has changed the color of this particular image to pink. So you guys can see we have made some alterations, and this is your general gallery view in Enhancer when you're using the Nano Banana AI image editor tool. So this is how you can use their draw to edit option. Now, there are other options like virtual try-ons that you can also utilize. So if you have different items of clothing that you want to have modeled and you don't want to do complete photo shoots or professional photo shoots, you can easily utilize the option for virtual try-ons without having to use the draw to edit option, because draw to edit can be a little bit difficult to navigate if you're trying to build full-fledged scenes. So if I have another image like this, I can go into this particular brush, I can highlight the bag here, and then I want to change it to change into a golden evening bag over here, or an even clutch, a tote bag, whatever you might want. And just like so, it's going to be proceeding with my edits, and we will have a brand new variation of our image with the help of draw to edit. So this is how simple and easy it is to get started with using Draw to Edit on Google's Nano Banana. And if you guys want to get started, then make sure to head on over into Enhancer AI for these amazing editing tools. I hope you guys found this video helpful, and if you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe.